Welcome to Acro Yoga with Ulu Yoga. My name is Caspian and I have with me.
My name is Astri.
We are joined today by two lovely guests who are going to help us, two students. We have Brent on the right and on the left.
And on the left, we have Minty.
Awesome. So you're here to learn about some Acro Yoga today. If you've never come across this practice before, we're just going to explain some of the basic principles, some of the key foundations of what Acro Yoga is.
So, Acro Yoga is a practice of combine between three different principles. The first is the acrobatic, and the yoga, and the therapeutic touch of it, where those three combined together become a beautiful and practices. Where the practice still yoga is the base of it.
So some of the key principles of Acro Yoga, we'll talk about community. So for Acro, it's not a solo practice. You can do yoga on your own mat. With Acro Yoga, we need at least one other person, but ideally a minimum of three. And this is to begin a community.
Also, when we're practicing Acro Yoga, which is big part of it, we're practicing the acrobat side of it. We need to build our trust towards each other. As Caspian said earlier, the practice is not only one person, it's a community. So we have to approach people and then giving our trust before we start to playing or practicing this exercise.
And of course, when you're working with others to build that trust, we need important skills like communication. So communication is a huge part of Acro. Obviously, we have verbal communication. We can have non-verbal as well. So physical touch, gestures, or looking, or using other senses of communication. So we will touch upon some of those today, and we'll explore some of that.
On the next principles of Acro Yoga is alignment. As I mentioned earlier, we're using the acrobat most of the time. We are not using our muscle as in we do in yoga. We need to have our bone stacking to be able to support somebody's weight on top of our feet, hands, on any other parts of our body.
And last, not last, but most importantly, fun. So Acro is amazing. It's such a good practice. That's why we do it. That's why a lot of us are here today, because we get so much fun and enjoyment out of Acro Yoga. So we invite you in this class to let that fun come in, and obviously in a safe way, which touches on the last point.
Also, as we're having fun, sometimes it's really a thin line between we're having fun and dangerous, which in this case, in the last principles, we need to play of the safetiness. We need to protect each other and practice safely amongst our friends or our family that we love.
And we will teach you all the skills necessary to practice in a safe manner at home or wherever you are through these classes, this series of classes. So today we're going to cover 4 basic poses.
Those poses are we touch on front plank and foot to shin.
And then we'll also follow with a throne pose, and finally bird or front bird.
Then before we start into those poses, we did our warm-up before this video, so feel free to pause the video and do your warm-up, any kind of warm-up that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, just make sure your body's activated, all the joints are warm and the muscles are ready to go. We're going to jump straight into some nice partner work, so some partner warm-ups that we invite you to also do after you're ready.
Right, so let's move on into our partner workout.
Okay.
So the first partner workout, we call it stick in the mud. This exercise that builds us, especially in this case for the flyer, to build the tightness.
Okay, Astri is going to be the stick in this case.
Can I have one volunteer, please? Yes. So I will come into just a straight standing position. In this case, I will give you my side, so you'll see what is happening between two bases.
Okay, so the spotters, the 2 spotters, in this case, we're going to each take a warrior stance facing towards the flyer in the middle and making sure we're close enough that we can easily reach for the shoulders of our flyer.
There's another thing for you, flyer. Place your arm by the side, it's this safest thing, and squeeze everything that you have. And another option, just cross the arms in front of the chest.
Cool. Okay, when they're ready, we place the hands out towards the shoulders, both of us, and we'll simply, one of us will begin pushing and then receiving. So we take turns to receive the weight in and press back.
So the first few rounds, keep your eyes open. This is the trust building exercise.
And if you're feeling comfortable in the spotting roll, maybe you can take an inch back. Go a little bit further. Maybe inching back each time a little bit further.
As your trust start to build up, another option is close the eyes. Ooh.
Nice. You can receive with your legs and your core as well as your arms here.
Come back to the
Nice.
center.
And coming back to the center.
So as you see in that demo, my feet are fully in contact with the ground without lifting the heels or the toes. So just keep you as thick as possible.
Let's change around. Let's give
Let's-
Minty a go.
Ask Minty to be the stick. Same thing, we do the mirror warrior stand. And I'm just place my hands just in front of Minty's. I'm gonna start by tipping her around.
Nice.
Okay. I like
Really
that
good job.
Minty smiling even though
She's doing a great job of keeping her feet on the ground, so keeping the heels down as well and the toes. I can give a little extra encouragement here to do that. Nice. And staying straight and stiff in the body. This allows the spotters to really fully take control. Nice.
nice.
And come back.
Yes.
Nice. Let's switch
Cool.
around. Let's put Brent in the middle.
And you guys too?
And we can spot each, yeah. Ready?
I'm ready.
Nice. So she's doing a very good job there of starting nice and close, making sure she can take the weight and she feels comfortable with it, before then stepping a little further back each time to receive more, test that trust even further.
This exercise is not only to build trust as a flyer in the middle, but also to trust yourself to support your friend who are in the middle.
Nice, that's about the limit, yeah. Okay, last one. And then back.
And-
Very good.
Really
Cool.
good. Yeah.
Let's
that's
give high
really nice.
fives, always, when we do something good. Nice.
The reason that we give a high five every exercise that we did, and we encourage each other to, well, you did a great job, and encourage the feeling of accelerating.
Yeah, that's part of the community practice. Okay, next exercise will be,
Let's do plank on plank.
okay, shall I be the bottom plank or do you want to be the bottom plank?
I'll be the bottom plank.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so for plank on plank, we want to make sure that the plank who's on the bottom is in a really stable and strong position. You maybe do this in your yoga practice already. So just make sure the core's hollowed in, there's protraction of the shoulder blades either side and rounding of the spine, and this is nice and strong and stable. She's not going to go anywhere. Cool. When this is good, I place my hands in a Lego grip, so C grip like this, around the ankles, and then step my top foot on top, making sure to leave a gap between the knees and her back, and stepping the other one up.
So for me, as I receive the weight, I'm maintaining the shape that I created from the start. Now from here, we can do some extra exercise. Maybe Caspian, start doing a small push-up. Oh, that's a big one, not small.
Okay.
And for me, just a mini push-up.
Then we can do one together. Nice.
Yes.
And then down. So to come down, you simply step 1 foot off and just with control, keep pushing, keep your arms straight at all times.
And another word, for safetyness reason, we call down. It means down. So please don't wait until your base or your flyer got really panicking in the air to come down. So say down when you need it. Okay?
Let's give it a go. Brent's going on the bottom. So make sure you check the plank that you're going to get on, Minty. Very nice.
I like that Minty checking her platform because it's always
Yep, you can go for it.
reason like
Mhm.
trusting the platform that we built or we climb on.
Nice. And there's good separation here of the knees to the back, so protecting Brent's back. If you guys want to do a challenge of a push-ups at all, you can. Nice. They're communicating with each other, what they want to do. Exciting. One together. Nice. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Yeah, good. Good job. Keep the core engaged on the top plank as well. Very nice.
Right.
And then come down. Really good, guys.
Nice.
High fives.
Good job. All
Okay.
right. So the last warm-up exercise we do before we coming into the first posture, it's another core and then a tightness drill for the flyer. I call this Astri's favorite.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna go this way. Yep.
So the tightness person will lay on the back, and I extend my arm over my head into my handstand position.
She squeezes the biceps near the ears. Cool. So as the spotter here, or the assistant, I'm going to come into a nice goddess stance. So I'm squatting nice and wide with my knees open, and I place the hands out for her to find her ankles on.
I lift my leg.
Then I'm going to stand comfortably close.
I squeeze my legs together toward each other, and I start lifting my hips off the ground.
Nice. So notice how I have a straight spine here. My arms are nice and straight, and then I can support Astri's weight comfortably. I'm going to ask her, can you see your toes?
Yes.
Then you need to lift your hips more until you can't see them. Very good. Okay. Now we're working on her tightness. So she's going to squeeze the legs together. Maybe I try and pull them apart. I try and separate up and down. Maybe I let go of one, let go of the other, let go again, squeeze, squeeze more, and then come down.
Whew.
Nice. So we don't want to kill her. It's not about endurance or length of time doing this. It's just about understanding that tightness and that squeezing engagement.
And really good tips I will give on this exercise, especially when the spotting trying to let go their hands from the foot or the feet. It's not about how you hold the legs higher. It's more of how much you can squeeze in. That will keep your shape as what you build up from the start.
Nice. Okay. Let's give it a go, guys. Maybe if you do it the opposite way to how we do it, so they have a different view.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Nice. Very good. Can you... Good job. So Brent's really testing her now, squeezing, pulling. She's got that tightness. Maybe let go one. Good.
I like
Very
the
good.
face of Minty right now. Even though it's so tight, like the smile is happening.
And then slowly down. Nice.
Nice.
Notice how pointing the toes help to engage the legs as well. Really good. Let's switch the roles around.
Payback time, she said.
Okay, squeeze more. And you have to work really hard here. Try and pull his legs apart. Maybe drop one. Whoa! Keep that tightness.
Keep the
Lifting.
hips up.
Squeezing. Yes, good. Point the toes, Brent. Engage the legs. Squeeze. Nice. Very good. It's not an easy one. It's not an easy exercise. And then come down.
Nice.
Good job.
Really great job.
Always nice to give a hand up as well. We're in on the ground. High fives all around. Good job.
Yay.
Sweet.
So
Okay.
those are the partner workouts that we share in this video. There's so many different things that we'll share more in next coming video. Let's move on into the first poses of the day.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to demo the front plank. So firstly, Astri wants to stand close enough that I can touch her toes with my fingertips.
So I stand tall, just a regular standing, no weird position.
And I'm going to place my feet, finding the balls of my feet to the hip bones. You can check where your hip bones are and feel them out. So I want the balls of the feet there, nice and parallel, not turned out or turned in too much.
So similar in the first exercise we did in the video, I lean in, giving my weight towards the base.
So I'm bending my knees and receiving here, and then pressing back to the standing position. I'm careful not to push too far here, or she might fall backwards.
And also as a flyer, try not to help the action when you're coming back to stand.
Exactly the same motion as the stick in the mud. This time just using my feet instead of the arms. Okay, when we feel good, base can put his hands up and out to the side, straight arms, fingers out.
Flyers, fingers together, facing forward.
We do the same calibration. We connect the hands and push back.
Like we're doing a high five or 10.
When this feels comfortable, we're going to go for the full motion of pushing up to the front plank. The difference will be, instead of pressing backwards with my feet in this direction, I'm going to press my heels up to the sky. So I'm scooping with my legs and my heels to lift her up. Okay?
So I lean in forward, our hands connect together, I keep my shape.
Nice. You can grab and hold the hands, or you can leave them open as long as they're pushing here. So really important things we want to find here is the stack position. So we're finding the hips here stacked directly above my hips, or essentially creating straight lines for my legs. It's okay to have a little bend if you have tightness in your hamstrings, but keep maintaining their hips above your hips.
The same, the stack line that we have on our arms, my shoulders in one line with his shoulders. This is what we call alignment and stacking bone.
Yeah, so we touched on alignment at the start. The reason for this is if we're bent, we're using a lot of strength now, and it's a lot of pushing work, and it's very difficult to maintain and hold stability. So we want to find those nice, straight, stacked lines. Okay?
Another tips for the flyer, pressing a lot towards the hips, to the feet, and lifting the chest up. Think about doing a salambasana, a locust position on the floor in yoga.
Okay, and when we want to come down, we say down,
Down.
and we reverse the direction that we went through already. Really good.
Yes.
Let's do the spotting.
Yes.
Right. So another thing, if you struggle with flexibility in the hamstrings, as we mentioned, maybe you're going to bend the legs a little bit, but find that stack line still. The alternative thing we recommend, or you can use as a pillow or an acroback or a wedge or anything like that, to place under your hips. So it goes under your sacrum here, the flat bone in your hips at the back. And this gives you extra padding, support, and also eases the angle and work on the hamstrings.
Exactly.
Okay, very nice. So let's do the calibration first. I'll spot the calibration. So I want to be in a warrior stance, nice and strong, protecting myself firstly and making sure I'm able to support if I need to, support their weight. And I want one hand around the far side of the hips and one hand around the close side. Okay. Calibrating, very nice. So here if they're unstable, a bit unsteady, I can help pull back, or I can help secure them and make sure she doesn't fall to one side or the other. If her shape is changing as well, I'm going to guide her and say, hey, keep straight, engaged. You want to keep a nice straight plank shape. Beautiful. Okay, when they're ready, they can put the hands out. One more calibration like this. And then they go for the full plank. And on this, I can help lift. If they're struggling to extend, I can really engage, lift, and pull the feet, pull the hips of the flyer up. Very nice. They find their stack position. And then here, I can do hot potato. Okay, maybe first we look at the alignment. I'll check the position of his feet and his arms. Maybe his feet here are a little bit back so the hips aren't stacked over the hips. So yes, he brings them forwards. Nice. Same with the arms. I can always guide by touching as well, like bring your arms this way or bring your arms this way. This is nice to help give non-verbal clues on how to move. And then when they're here, we're talking about hot potato. So here this is called hands-on spotting. I'm supporting, making sure they're really stable. But we want them to find their own balance. So maybe I let go. They find some stability. Maybe I grab if it's a bit unstable. I do this hot potato. And if they're really secure, then I just let go. Give them about an inch's space and allow them to find their own balance.
Down.
Nice. On the down, we support down until they're safely back on the ground. Nice one. Okay.
When you're practicing in a group of 3 as a base, flyer, and the third person spotter, any one of you can call down when it needed to be come down.
Yeah.
Okay?
Awesome. Let's have Minty have a go at basing. Okay. Do you want to choose a flyer? I want to fly. I'm going to be your flyer. So if Brent can do the spotting, and then Astri can check the alignment and check what's going on. So my hip bones, yes, I can just point to them. So you want the ball of the foot. Very nice. Good job. We'll do some calibration first.
Hands around the hips for first. Yes, that's it.
Do you feel good? Nice. So let's put the hands out. Do one like this.
Touch the hand.
And if it's good, last one we'll scoop up to the sky and find that front plank. Notice how I'm looking forward the whole time here. Maybe you want to extend fully. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Good. Now I'm lifting my chest.
Caspian touched upon really interesting thing earlier about gaze. Same thing in yoga. Your gaze or your drishti determine where you're going or energy going towards. So if you're looking down, then the energy seems like gonna come down. It feels
like
scary
this.
for the flyer. So where you look and determine where the energy goes.
Okay, good job. Let's go down. Nice.
Nice.
Super good. Let's switch the roles around. I'll have Minty fly.
Yeah, I can base.
Astri wants to base. Okay. All right.
Come a little bit forward to me.
So Astri was just asking her to step a little bit closer so she can touch the toes of the fingertips. Just
So,
makes it easier.
Another tips for you wants to start basing and you don't have long limbs and etc. This is another tips that you can do. Ask your flyer to step wider. That makes the hips of the bone come closer towards you.
So especially if you have a flyer that's much taller than you, this is a good practice.
Same thing, we do calibration first.
Nice. Good trust.
Then we come up.
Nice scoop. Beautiful. Brent's giving that nice space there, but notice how he's staying present and he's there at all times, okay? We've seen before in live classes where people do this spot and then they see their stable and they kind of walk away or they take a photo or whatever. I mean, that's nice to do sometimes, but make sure, firstly, for safety reasons, that you stay present. You stay that couple of inches away, allow them to find their balance, but stay there and be focused.
The reason that we need presence for the spotter close to us, it will take you less than a second when it thinks not going in the right direction.
Cool.
So, down. I reversed it. I come down.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job. That was our first pose. You guys did awesome.
Amazing. Good job.
Okay, so let's move on to the next pose.
Our next pose, we call it foot to shin. So, referring back to the names of the all Acro Yoga poses, coming from a flyer perspective towards the base body. So, meaning, we saying foot to shin, it's mean my foot as a flyer in contact with the shin of the base. Same thing on the other thing, like shin to foot. So whatever is coming first, coming from the flyer, and then to the base.
Shin to foot we'll cover in the next lesson. But for now, foot to shin. Okay. So this time as a base, I want to bring my knees towards my chest, and I'm focusing a lot of my attention the whole time on making sure my shins are parallel to the ground. So I don't want my feet too high, causing a slope this way, or my feet too low, and it's going to cause a slope that way. So nice and parallel.
I'll come closer to the base, standing close to the hips of him.
Put the hands out.
Same thing, this is called hand-to-hand grip, reverse hand-to-hand grip. Then I climb up, I separate my toes, my big toe and my second toe, and I place it just on the higher part of the shin bone.
So here we want to use the arms to support the weight, so all the weight isn't stepping in just into one foot. So we have nice straight arms, and Astri pours the weight on.
I slowly climb up, distributing my weight into the 3 points of contact I have. I do exactly the same with my foot on the other side.
Nice. So here my knees are nice and compressed towards my chest, and I'm just relaxing a little bit here and making sure I've got this nice parallel line of the shins.
Slowly, when you feel comfortable here, flyer, start to roll the spine up, come into the standing position.
So when this happens, I now have my hands free. I have a couple of options. One, I can just relax them, or two, if it feels better, I can secure their feet by pressing their feet down onto my shins. So I push from the top down.
The reason for that, I feel more point of contact towards his feet.
Cool.
Another thing we do, both flyer and base, we squeeze in into our midline.
So the squeezing, just a note on that squeezing, there may be a bit of movement inwards, but the intention is not to bring everything to the middle because this becomes a little bit unstable. It's more to activate the inside muscles, the adductors, to squeeze in. Okay?
For me, I bring my arm by the side of the body, and again, look forward as the direction of your energy.
Nice. And last optional extra, if you want to play with pressing your legs up a little bit, maybe you have to take the hands away, you can also play with this up and down.
You can also bring your arms by the side, you can play around with them.
Okay, coming down.
I connect the hands first, and then I shift to one side, 3 points of contact again, and slowly stepping down to the ground.
Let's show the spotting. Do you want to spot me this time, if I fly?
So I will demo the spotting this time. For you practicing at home, if you're practicing with a bigger flyer than you, make sure you find someone that at least same size as the flyer or even bigger as the flyer. For this case, I know what I'm doing and I trust myself and I trust Caspian as well. So this kind of scenery is really working well too. But at home, be mindful of the spotting body differences.
You just want to be confident that you can support the weight of the person that you're spotting, essentially. Nice. Okay. So
the spotting, I'll spot around the hips of the flyer first as they're coming up. And I also can lift him a little bit just to carry the weight up.
good.
As they're slowly coming up, I shift my hand, one hand in front of the belly button, and then the other hand on the back. This hand at the back can also reach on the furthest hip of the flyer in case the movement coming towards side to side direction.
Nice.
I do a hot potato, so I know when they're stable, I be really close to them. If they're moving so much, I will keep my hands on the body of the flyer. Okay, keep your arms on the side. Yeah.
Okay. Coming down.
When they're coming down, I move my hands on the hips again and guide the flyer down to the floor.
Nice job. Good spotting.
Right. That's really nice.
Okay, let's change it up.
Yep. That's Minty. You wanna fly or face me? Nice.
Okay, Brent's going to do the spotting. So spotting both hips, yep, very nice. So here as well, just a little tip, if you feel comfortable, you can relax your knees down towards your chest more. This feels more comfortable for you? Yeah. And then you can play with pushing and resisting.
So here, for you as a flyer or as a base, you can communicate because our face facing toward each other. At the moment, I will ask Minty, can you lift your heels a little bit for me?
There you go.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Just
Yes.
leveling out that shin bone for parallel to the ground.
And also another way of we communicating is like tapping, because my right is I say, Minty, I need right leg higher. My right leg and her right leg is different. So like this leg higher or this leg higher. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Okay. Down.
Really good.
Nice job. Okay.
Let's have Brent base Minty. Yep. So stand either side of the hips. Yes. So we straddle the partner firstly. Very good. Spot from this side. Yeah, she's got a nice toe split there either side, just with the shin just below the knee. Standing up. Good job. Bring the hands to the side. So I'll also give a little note to Brent. Can you also lift your heels a little bit higher? Just level out. How does that feel? Better? Yeah. Cool. Nice. Finds that nice neutral position. Sweet. Yeah, you can do a different pose while you're up there. Enjoy it. Take the moment to have fun with it. As we said at the start, acro is all about fun. Coming down. Good job. Nice. Great.
Right.
So that was foot to shin.
Let's move on into our third posture, which is throne.
Yeah.
Let's show them.
Just to know, if you are finding any of these poses challenging or needing a little bit more practice, feel free to pause or, repeat the poses as many times as you like. The more repetition, the better it gets and the easier it becomes.
So, for me, as a flyer, I will come into a goddess position, similar in the way that we're supporting most of the poses.
Okay, and then I want to find, for this pose, I want to find this inside edge of the thigh. Normally, on most clothing, you have an inside seam on your shorts or on your yoga pants. So I want to find the balls of my feet or the toes, just pushing and pointing around that line there, halfway along the thigh.
And now we connect our hands in the same position, hand-to-hand grip.
Reverse hand to hand. Yeah.
Reverse hand-to-hand grip.
And a nice straight line from the shoulders to shoulders here. Okay.
Then from here, we do a little bit timing.
So we'll inhale together, exhale, move back, and then we can inhale, push up.
I pour in a lot of
Or
my
exhale.
weight towards the hand and see what happened with my butt at the moment. I think of sitting down to the floor.
Let's come down and do that entry one more time so people see it. So from here we can do, we do an inhale, lean back, and exhale, push up. That's
And
nice.
sit down.
Yeah.
Then I move and hook my foot from the front to back, around the ankle, front to back.
What I can also do to make this easier for Astri, if you undo that again, if my legs are fully straight here, it's a little bit challenging for her to hook. She's fairly flexible, so she can. But if I bend my knees a little bit, it just makes it a lot easier for her to find that nice, comfortable hook.
So I really lock my ankles and my feet on the calves muscle.
Okay, and from here, she can sit all the way up.
I roll up from my spine and I rest my hands on the thighs.
So notice I've stayed a little bit bent so she can do that, so that it allows it and makes it easier for her to sit up. Once she's there, then I can press and extend my legs up to straight. Nice.
While you're already up here, one last thing you do as a flyer is extending up towards the sky.
Nice. So there's a couple of things that make this very comfortable as a base, which is if we find the full contact of the whole foot here across the thigh. So if you find that your toes are sticking out too far or heels out too far, try and adjust the foot to find that. And also be perpendicular to the direction of their thigh, so the foot is across from the thigh. Nice.
To come down, first, reconnect the hands.
I bend the knees to make this easier.
The weight pouring towards the hands again. Open the hooks
And then place back down.
and come down.
Nice.
It's really important for you guys at home to unhook those feet first before you come down.
The spotting. So similar to the other poses, we're going to spot from the hips as well. And again, finding a warrior stance or a goddess stance, whatever is comfortable for you. Just a note on this spotting for this pose, you want to be slightly behind the flyer. So not directly, but we're not standing on the side anymore. Slightly behind because the risk is that they fall backwards in this pose. Okay. So I follow them up, supporting the hips here. Waiting for them to come all the way up. Now my view's slightly blocked, so I'm going to switch sides. So I'm in a warrior stance, supporting around the hips. If they were to fall back towards me here, because I'm behind them, she can't go anywhere. She's only going to fall into me, okay? If I'm on the side, that's more dangerous. There's more chance I can't spot this very effectively, okay? So that's why we want to be slightly behind. Sorry for the extreme example. Nice. And if they're good again, we can hover, but stay nice and present, of course, because if they fall anyway, we want to be there to support and stabilize.
And there's another thing for you as the flyer. When things falling apart, please keep your body engaged and don't panic.
Yeah, we'll touch on that a bit more later maybe. For now, let's come down. Release the feet, and I spot all the way to the ground. Make sure she lands safely.
Great. Thank you, Brent. That was awesome. Nice spotting. Thank you, Minty.
Okay, so let's switch it around.
Minty, let's base or flying.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Upgraded flyer already.
I will spot this one. You can bend even deeper, Brent, just to make it a bit more comfortable for her. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Flyer's hands, base's hands. Nice. Very good. You can bend your knees slightly to help the hook. Yes. Now allow him to sit up first.
Okay, let's come down quickly.
Okay.
That was perfect, but it's just a tiny adjustment. Minty, would you place the foot a little bit wider?
Cool. So that's a good example of how you don't need to force the pose every time. It's perfectly good to come down, reset, and try again.
Yes.
Nice. Get that hook. Slowly sit up.
Toes in, heels up.
Nice.
Nice.
So just a note on that. It was a little bit of a struggle for Brent to sit up there, right? Okay, and the reason for that was the legs were fully extended and straight. So if you connect your hands again, stay there, yeah, and just bend the knees a little bit. Now, this time when Brent wants to sit up, so fair bit easier, then you can press the legs up. Nice.
Minty, bring your legs towards Caspian more.
Yeah, there.
Caspian more. Stop there.
Okay.
And lock your knees fully.
Okay.
Yes. How does it feel? Yes.
Okay, it's pretty good. It's fairly stable, but there's one little correction that I can see. So let's come down first, and then we'll adjust it.
All the way down.
Release the feet first. Yes. Cool. Okay, so one thing that can help as well is that foot position we talked about. So here, once we're rolled up, we want to find the whole foot in contact with the thigh and really perpendicular. This gives you a better grip and control here. If you find your toes are sticking out too far one side, you're not going to have the full contact and control to make that feel comfortable. But otherwise, still very good. Do you want to do it one more time? Get that. Nice. Get a nice out, out and in. Scooping up. And then keep a little bend in the knees till he hooks and until he sits up. You can press a little bit up, not too deep a bend. There you go. Now fully extend.
Fully extend, fully extend.
Yeah, find your balance. So here he's leaning back a lot, so bring your legs a bit towards you. Do you feel that? Find your comfortable, stable position. Always as a base, the place where you're doing the least amount of work and it's very comfortable and stable is the ideal one. Good?
Is that better now?
Feels better? It's still a little bit unstable, and that's okay. You haven't based this one much before. So Minty hasn't done this before particularly, so that's why it's a little bit unstable and it takes some practice and time. But you're holding at the moment without me touching, so that's a great start. Okay, so let's come back down.
And,
That's a success in my books. So it's all good.
right?
Very
That's
good.
really good.
Good job.
Really nice.
So it's not always about fully completing the pose or being super stable. That all comes with practice and time. So don't worry if you're having the same things or struggling even more. That's okay.
Okay, let's have Minty flying this time.
Nice.
Tighten.
Always keeping encouragement as well is a
Forward,
good part
forward,
of Acro Yoga.
Forward, more forward. Yes. Okay.
And nice.
Slowly stand up. Yeah. Sit
Very
back
good.
a little bit, and then lengthen up. Yes.
Yes.
See the difference?
Can you just explain the cue you just gave?
So what I just gave to Minty, like her tailbone fully sticking out a lot, but she's trying to lengthen at the same time. So same thing, you want to do a posterior tilt and then lengthen from that action.
Think of sitting with a really good posture, essentially.
Exactly.
Oh, you could even add, yoga hands, mudras. Very nice. Yeah, these are optional extras as well when you're basing. If you feel comfortable here or you want to work with it, while you have a spotter, of course, as well, you can practice your rotation, which is coming from the base's hips.
And the
Base's hips
spotter,
rotation.
in that rotation, I keep following the hips of the flyers. Everywhere she goes.
Very good. Nice. Okay.
When they come down, I connect my hands and then safely bring her down to the floor.
Good job.
Oh, nice, Bran. Good job.
So solid. I'll give you one as well. Okay. Moving on to the next pose straight away.
So our last posture for the day will be front bird.
So this is actually just a kind of variation on the first pose that we did. So we're going to go through that. A little bit more challenging though as well, of course. So we talked about the front plank earlier.
Yes.
We won't go through the full details again, but we'll just show the same entry of pressing up, extending, scooping with the feet, finding this nice stacked alignment, and then when we're ready, the base will push the balls of the feet and the toes up. So here, if I just step this one aside, I'm pressing and extending the front, the pads of my feet up to the sky to help lift and support the belly and the chest.
As the base doing that action, I resist the push by pressing the hips bone towards the balls of the feet.
See, as we do this, you can see the hands become light and she naturally lifts up, taking them away. And if we feel good, we can totally let the hands come down to the sides.
As I push in a lot towards my hips, I lift my chest up towards the ceiling. And first option, my hands can just stay there. Another option, arms by the side.
Cool. So you're thinking of doing your yoga pose here, aren't you, Astri, of Salambasana?
Salambasana, as I mentioned earlier.
Cool. So notice here that I'm in control of the balance of this pose by flexing and pointing my feet. So here I can balance a little bit. So I want to feel if she's falling towards me a bit too much, I can push the toes to lift her back up. And if she's tipping back too much, whoa, I'm going to fall back, I'm going to flex a little bit and bring her towards me.
Flyers, your exercise here, trust and keep your shape.
Yeah, nice. There's also variations you can do here. We did rotation in the last pose. You can do rotation again here. You can put the hands behind the back. You could even do a super woman or Superman. Nice.
I'll decide.
Beautiful. Yeah, cool. And then we come back down.
To come down, always connect the hands first and coming back down slowly to the ground.
So this is bird pose, or front bird.
Yep.
And the spotting is much the same, but there's a slight difference when the hands release, so we're just going to cover that as well.
Ready, Brad? Coming in.
So I'm spotting the hips here as they lift in. Really important here, I want to switch my hand under the belly or the shoulder or chest area of the flyer here. The reason being, now the hands are free. If she tips forwards, I want to have my hand here to be able to lift her up and bring her back up. Under the belly even's fine as well. Either one is acceptable. Making sure I keep the other hand around the far side of the hips. Again, if they fall away from me, I want to be there to grab. If my hand's on this side and under here and they fall away, I can't successfully reach around and secure them and make them safe. Okay, looks good.
Down. Nice.
Very nice, good job.
Okay. Minty?
Who are you picking as your flyer? Okay.
Okay,
let's
would
do
you
it.
mind to spot, Brad?
So we're going to do the same front plank and then come to the bird. Very nice, smooth entry. Beautiful. Okay, slowly.
And another way of thinking, pushing your toes up, is to press off the acceleration of the car when you drive a car. Exactly the
hands.
same thing.
Yeah. Come back down a second. I'll explain one thing. Nice. Okay, so I was struggling a bit to keep my chest up there. So there's two options we can do to help that. One, you could maybe slide your feet a little bit higher. Sometimes, especially blokes are a bit top heavier, so then you need a bit more support. The other thing would be when you're pushing the foot up, this is a common occurrence, the toes tend to dig in and crimp like this without actually pushing and extending and pointing the foot. This digs in and feels a bit less comfortable, but it also doesn't quite give the same lift and elevation to the pose. So if this time, instead of pushing from the toes, try and push from the pad of your foot here. Press up like a high heel. Cool. One more time. Oh, yes, that feels like 100 times better.
Yeah,
So good.
simple adjustment make everything a lot better for the next round.
Yeah. So it's always good to come down and refine and ask for what you need. If you feel like it's not enough support, then explain that you need some more support. Like right now, a bit more toe, a bit more pushing. Yes, there we go. Really good. It's okay. You got it? Down? Okay, let's come down. Nice. Very good. Good one. Do you
Good
feel the
job.
difference in that small adjustment?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Let's give high fives.
Okay. Can you spot Caspian?
Yep. Very good. Yeah, she asked for more toes there. Asked for what she needed. It's good. Oh, sorry. Go on, go on. This is really nice. One thing to note as well, if you do this at home, if you do movements while you're flying, especially in a position like this, try and make sure they're slow and steady so that the base can feel and bounce them out. This is okay. Brent's pretty stable as a base, but just a note for you guys at home. Cool.
That will keep up for your practice. The slower you move in any sort of transition, it builds up your sensitivity, how to keep the center of gravity closer to the ground.
Very nice, guys. Okay, let's come down. Good stuff.
All right. Yay! So those are the poses, and we cover all the 4 poses that we shared to you in this video.
What we've covered today is very basic acro yoga postures. So if you've had some exposure or you've played a bit with acro yoga before, maybe these weren't super challenging to you, but it's always nice to review and refine them, get the technique really good, because it always helps you go further in your practice in the future.
To close that, what Caspian just said. So thank you so much for joining the practice with us, and probably see you in our next video.
Before we end, let's just recap the poses that we've done. Yeah?
All right.
So we started with our front plank. This nice pose here. And then we did our foot to shin. Again, with the option of maybe extending up here. Back down. Okay. And we did throne. This is also sometimes referred as straddle throne.
Straddle throne, yes.
More commonly, yep. And the last one was returning to our front plank and coming in to our bird pose. Nice. Okay, and down. Nice. So, if you enjoyed these poses and you want to learn some more, join us for the next episode where we'll cover the next step, a little bit more challenging poses, slowly building up the practice.
Right.
Thank you guys for joining us today, Brent and Minty. Thank you so much, and see you next time